Again, thank you very much. We've got an amazing evening planned for you with some excellent speakers and a couple of plays and some time to have some more refreshments and buy some books. Can I ask anybody who has contributed to the anthology who's sitting in the audience to stand for a quick moment? Stand. All right. Each of these individuals has put a piece of their soul, a piece of their creativity and their intelligence and their passion for writing into this book. And usually they say if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is, but I can tell you it's not tonight, because for only $10 you can buy a piece of that. So we encourage you to leave with the anthology in hand, and you'll thoroughly enjoy it. At this time I'd like to introduce our first speaker, who's the Director of Culture for the City of Mississauga, Paul Damaso.
Yes, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. It's a great evening. And so I want to thank you for inviting me here tonight. I want to congratulate you on an amazing event. This is exactly the kind of stuff that as a community and as a city, I think marks our arrival, the fact that we're growing and developing. As a Director of Culture for the city, my role and the team of my role is really to grow the arts in Mississauga. And an event like this is particularly important to me because of my passion, respect, and admiration for writers and the power of words to change the world, really. Now, I'm the son of Portuguese immigrants. Probably not a unique story here in Mississauga. A lot of us are. I was born in Toronto, but my parents immigrated here to Canada in the late 60s. My dad was 36, my mom was 31. And they went from being a fairly successful middle-class family with a really comfortable life to becoming a working-class family. They really struggled to pay the bills. We tried to learn a new culture and a new way of life. And what we really realized quickly was the power of language and words at the heart of that. And by watching my parents, I learned early on about how words have an ability to open doors, to build relationships, to create opportunities. I learned at a young age to admire that power of words and how it can inspire you, it can make you laugh, it can make you want to cry. And so it really stuck with me. I was lucky. My dad was a very gifted storyteller. And he had that innate ability, and I think you all know probably some of you in the audience who are like that, who have that ability to really transform people into a story. You know, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can touch it, you feel lost in the story. That was my dad. He could tell a story that made you feel like that. And one of his proudest moments in coming to this country was when he was able to go from being able to tell stories in his language to being able to tell stories in English, and how he felt like he finally arrived. I'm sure there's other people who've kind of felt that as well. And one of the sad stories of his life was when he became ill and he couldn't speak anymore. He lost that ability to speak. And so the irony was, my brothers and I learned to take his stories, and we would read and tell his stories back to him at his bedside. And it was really, again, that reiteration around how stories and words have a power and a legacy to them. And it always stuck with me. And so, needless to say, words are important. I think they're the essence of life. In 2015 here in the city, we recognized the importance of writing and poetry and spoken word by creating and appointing our first ever poet laureate. And I'm proud to say she's here in the audience. Earlier this year, we appointed our first ever youth poet laureate, Rebecca Zeta, who's not here. I just want to say I'm proud of these great ambassadors. They've helped to champion the importance of poetry, they've helped to champion the importance of writing, and to have them here at an event like this with so many of you who are champions of words and champions of stories, I just can't tell you how proud I am to see this in the city. So on behalf of the Culture Division of the City of Mississauga, I just want to wish you all a great evening. I want to congratulate you on being part of a great evening. I want to thank you for inviting me. So have a great night.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Our next speaker I had the pleasure of meeting last week. He's a great guy, and I'm sure he'll entertain us, because he entertained me when he spoke with us. And that's Mike Douglas, the Executive Director of the Mississauga Arts Council.
Sorry about that. All right, well, Thank you very much for inviting me, representing Mississauga Arts Council. It's a pleasure to be here, of course. And thank you, Paul Damaso, for believing in us and being a good leader for us. So I appreciate that, too. When Susan, Elizabeth, and John came by from NWG to talk to me at Mac's offices in City Hall, we had a great time talking about this event and what it might signify in terms of Mississauga becoming a creative city, and that's exciting to talk about always. And then the conversation turned, I remember it got serious suddenly because we started talking about actually writing. And it doesn't matter what you're writing. It's hard work, it's serious. And no matter what you're writing. So my visitor suggested that I talk to you tonight about something adjacent to writing, but very important to writers. And that's about seeking to connect with audiences and in the promotion of your craft through connecting your work with an audience that's attracted by media. And so they asked me, how should we work with media? Well, remember your first true love. Perhaps that's a good place to start. Remember how you wanted to look and even be your best around them. And you were so interested in them and what they thought and cared about. And you know the rest. Well, so it is with your relationship with media. Now, self-promotion is often the last thing that any busy writer, serious-minded writer, wants to do. Excuse me, trade pages. After all, it involves getting out of your house and dealing with other people. And these strangers, whoever's, are probably attracted to your work by some advertising trick or something, using some form of media, whether it's serious or frivolous or somewhere in between. So how do you connect better with media, they asked. After a career of mine misspent in media production, I humbly suggest that the Mississauga Writers Group ask the question we used to ask ourselves in story meetings. Who are you? What are you writing about? Why does it matter? It's your first love, of course. So listen to this little piece of writing. Can you feel something without touching it? Can you see something with your eyes closed? You can now. Inside the new Mazda RX-3. So you connect with media the way this commercial writer connected with viewers. You look for a sensory hook about how they'll feel. You exaggerate perhaps the potential of your abilities, and you state clearly your appealing purpose. Now let's remember that first love idea in the 3 questions. Who are you? Well, you're intellectually beautiful. And you stimulate your targeted media members because you've read them. You care about them. You find them interesting, smart, and even quotable. Okay, now what, at its essence, for the sake of humankind, are you writing about? Share how it moves you, and thus others. And briefly articulate how it works on other people. And you might want to exaggerate just a little bit. So share this now with your true and targeted media members, because you don't fall for everyone or anyone. You're saving all your media love for you and you and you as you look at your media members that are in your array of targeted folks who have an affinity with what you're interested in. So why becomes the next question, and we've talked about that. Well, why is big, and it's answered by your goal. What great purpose can you relate about why it's so important that we get together, or buy this Mazda, or change some part of the world with this piece of writing? How to connect with media. The commercial writer appealed to the senses of their viewers, hooked them with an intellectual challenge, and delivered the unexpected, sublimely answering why it mattered. How to interest the media. Be interesting about them. About them. Finally, I'll leave you with a simple note. Years ago, I was in Hollywood, reporting for Cinema Canada magazine, and we were in a big party for B-movie makers in Tara, the home that Scarlett O'Hara worked so hard to keep. And after learning that I was really a wannabe movie director, the successful movie producer looked out at the rest of the media and shrugged, and he said, good, because they're just sharks, and if you feed them, then they become your sharks. So good luck, writers.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, we have one more speaker, and then we will take a little break so we can spend a little more time looking at the great books that are for sale out in the atrium and grab some more of that great food. We're going to do a very warm thank you to, oh, you're here. The food was generously donated and provided by and cooked with love by Sandy. So Sandy. Sandy's the mother of Mariana, who's one of our members. So to introduce our final speaker before we break and then come back for some more fun, I'd like to introduce Mandy Salter, who is the director and curator of the Art Gallery of Mississauga.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Joel. Good evening. Thank you to John and to Susan for inviting me here on behalf of the AGM. Congratulations to all of you on the work that you do and on this beautiful evening. It's an honor to be here. When John and Susan came by to speak with me at the Art Gallery of Mississauga, they invited me to speak here tonight. I won't speak for long, but they asked me to draw connections or find synergies within my conversation around the connections, the synergies between the visual arts and the written word, the written arts. For me, that's an amazing touch point for professional and personal reasons. I'm married to a writer, an incredible poet, an incredible storyteller who makes his living not from his creative pursuits, but through technical writing. So he would love to be here with you all tonight and congratulate you on pursuing your creative passion. From writing and talking about art to actual words on canvas, art and words have forever been inseparable. For centuries, artists adept in one medium have found solace, encouragement, and inspiration in another, even to the point of merging them. Michelangelo put down his chisel to pick up a pen. Blake pictorialized his poetry. Max Ernst collaged provocative narratives. Gertrude Stein adopted a Cubist style in her writing. This bicameral interplay of the verbal and pictorial has never been more pronounced than in our own time. From Marcel Duchamp to the Guerrilla Girls, from Edrushka to Barbara Holzer, text has played an integral part within the context of modern and contemporary art and continues to be a vital part of many artists' practices. Somewhere between 1907 and 1911, the Cubists began to paint letters and words into their still lives. By the 20s, the Surrealists married poetry, text, and visual art in an attempt to illustrate the unconscious. Meanwhile, the Dadaists manipulated language in playful configurations. By the time artist Henry Flint established the term contemporary or conceptual art in his essay of 1961, the integration of text into the visual arts had become a normalized practice. Text has appeared across modern and contemporary visual art in signs, slogans, newsprint, and neon lighting as a reflection of our cultural moments. Whether through bold political statements, through probing questions, or through the use of restricted vocabulary or line of poetry, words in art have boundaries. They can shock and they can seduce. I encourage you all to continue to explore the dynamism of cross-disciplinary practice and to embrace the impossible in the everyday and in the work you do. And please ensure that as artists and in support of fellow artists, that you all are being paid consistently and strongly for the work that you do. I will leave you with words from two artists who have influenced me greatly in my life. Jenny Holzer, the provocateur American artist, who said in her many lists of truisms, "It is in your best interest for you to find a way to be very tender." And in the words of the painter, the wordsmith, the Chilean poet, Pablo Neruda, "I do not love you as if you were salt rose or topaz, or the arrow of carnations the fire shoots off. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret, between the shadow and the soul." Thank you very much. Of the Art Gallery Mississauga's publications, which very much support in their essence the type of work that you are doing. So the Art Gallery not only partners with local creative movements such as the Ink movement, but we regularly and consistently engage new artists to write texts for us, to write critiques, and to contribute to our interpretive planning materials. So writing, text, and the written word is integral to the work that we do at the Art Gallery Mississauga, and I invite you all to continue with your strong and beautiful work and come and visit us at the Art Gallery and see how collectively we could collaborate and create beautiful text and art together. Thank you all. Oh, John wins the best birthday boy Christmas sweater. Great.
I bought my first ugly Christmas shirt.
I know, it's not American.
Birthday boy, it's a picture of Jesus. I know that's but our anthology is about Christmas, and there's a lot of other things in there, but the theme of it is Christmas, which is why we're doing it now. And I bought a sweater for the occasion. So I'd like for us all to give a round of applause one more time to our speakers so far. We're truly blessed to live in a great city that promotes culture. This whole area, this library, the art gallery, just everything here, Celebration Square, it's a great place to be. I was born and raised in Mississauga, and yeah, we have a good thing going here. So we are going to take our little break now, and at 7:15 we have an amazing play that you're going to absolutely love. In the meantime, again, if there's refreshments left, and I'm sure there is, please enjoy them. If you haven't registered, we do have some door prizes. So the first table when you walk in through the doors by where the underground is, we have a little registration table, so please fill out a ballot. And we'll see you again at 7:15. Thank you.
Love to have all those glamorous songs on, and there's no place
Yeah, I know you have like a some outcome.
All right. We are very pleased and very excited to have a wonderful production for you tonight. I've been ad-libbing so far, I have to read this. Our play tonight is called Sorry Stories, and it's done street style, and it's It's been written and produced by this.
Okay.
This is the humorous part. All right, this is.
So it's produced by Savitri Theatre Group.
Thank you. Founded in January 2003, the group is an award-winning, it won the 2016 Marty Award, incorporated not-for-profit organization under the artistic leadership of Jasmine and Shruti Shah, presenting original, challenging, and exciting works featuring established professionals as well as emerging artists. It strives to educate, entertain, and heal through theater arts that are South Asian in character, origin, or topic, and foreground women as well as issues of social or political importance. A preeminent producer and presenter of the South Asian theater arts in Mississauga, Swatiri Theatre Group is known to take risks, bringing unique theater experiences to its audiences, producing plays in some of India's many languages, including English. Swatiri is supported in part by operating grants from the City of Mississauga Cultural Division. Did I miss anything?
No,
All right.
it's perfect. Thank you.
Jasmine is also a wonderful member of the Mississauga Writers Group, and we love seeing her smiling face every day, everyone. And so please join me in a warm welcome for her and her team.
What time is it? Did I doze off? Many other days in this country when you can't tell whether it is day or night. And now there are no clocks to tell the time. Only cell phones and microwave ovens, none of which are present in this room. Where are my glasses? You know those digital lettering? They glow eerily. And you can't see the time. Even if I'm wearing my glasses, I can't see the time. But where are my glasses? Here they are. Okay. Now I'm going to go and find out the time. Oh, forget it. What's the use anyway? I'm not hungry, so it is not meal time. And there's no one to cook for also these days. So what does it matter? What time, what day, what festival, Holi, Diwali, it is all the same. I'm always wearing this white sari. Of course, the border is different. At least it helps me to know that I'm not wearing the same sari every day. And I don't have anywhere to go. No one has time for me. And I have all the time in the world. No one to cook for, no husband, busy children, even busier grandchildren. Gone are the days when two questions were of utmost importance in my life. What to wear and what to cook. How times change. And she didn't come today. Otherwise I have this personal support worker who comes and she'd say, "Oh, Miss Swani, what a cozy little room you have. And this vintage, antique furniture and vintage bag. My bag of life. My bag of saris. My saris were my life. No, they are my life." These folded fabric don't look like much, wrapped around you, pleated and tucked in. They make you look like a goddess. Beautiful and elegant. How I love my saris. And how I love sari shopping. Ah, those were the days.
Come, welcome sister. Buying sari for wedding?
No.
Ah, then for party. Puja, mundan.
No.
Ah, gift to mother-in-law.
No.
We have all latest style. Sister, come, see, only see. No money to see. Huh? Come. What would you like to drink? Tea, coffee, a thumbs up?
Nothing. I just want to see some saris.
Oh, okay. Come. Hey, Choto, ऐसे हों कर. Sister, what is your range?
About 2,000 rupees.
2,000 rupees. What, sister? You from US? What do you get in 2,000 rupees? Increase your budget?
Not the US. I'm from Canada. It's not the same country, you know.
Arey, sister. All dollar, right? Then same.
Okay, fine. Show me in the range of about 4,000 rupees.
Okay, sister. All color?
Yes, all colors, but no black. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that one? Yeah, the one on the side.
Okay.
No. On the one on the side? Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay, sister. Now I will show you something very exclusive. You will definitely like it. Look, sister. Banarasi silk, Warli work, all handmade.
Yes, it's good, but how much?
Only 25,000 rupees.
What? That's too much?
What, sister? This is Banarasi silk, Warli work, all handmade. 7 persons took 1 month to make this.
Okay, put it aside. Let me think about it.
Okay, now have some chai.
No chai.
Okay, coffee, sister. Hey, Chotu, coffee de gaya na. Now I will show you some party signs.
No,
You know, in
enough.
US, lots of parties.
Canada, not the USA. And I'm not buying. I'm still looking.
I will show you some party
Yes.
signs.
Excuse me? This is mine.
No, it's just lying here. You haven't bought it.
No, I selected it. It's mine.
No, it's mine. It was just lying here.
I did. It's mine. You know it's mine. Really? You have no courtesy, no manners. This is mine.
Oh, rude lady, don't try to teach me manners. Who do you think you are?
You are snatching what's not yours and calling me rude. Ulta chor kotwal banane. This is mine.
Oh, now you're calling me thief? Huh? What do you think of yourself?
You're not a thief, but you're behaving like one.
What? How dare you insult me? Huh? NRI lady, foreign lady?
No.
Who do you think you are coming here insulting me like this?
Now this is getting ridiculous. This is mine.
No.
Mine.
Take.
Mine.
NRIs, I don't know why they come here and make life difficult for us.
Mine. What a victory that was. It wasn't very pleasant arguing with her, but the sari was so totally worth it.
It's one of a kind, unique, and makes me feel so special every time I wear it. I treasure each and every sari of mine. All the saris that were handed down to me by my mother. And then, this one. Can't believe, but on that fateful day in Mumbai, when I lost this sari, I could not get myself to wear a sari for a long, long time.
So, finally, how much did you put in the envelope?
I put, I think I left it. So you have it, right? You picked it up.
Yes, I did.
Come.
Okay. Oh, wow. Right.
Beautiful.
Namaste. Hi,
absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, hello. Best wishes for the happy married life.
Are they gunshots here?
I think all these drug lords, they are joking it out in the back street. Nowadays, you know, the rival gangs have become so active around this gateway of India and this hotel.
But I thought the hotel was soundproof. I still don't understand why the police can't seem to control them. After all, this is such a high-density tourist area. It should be safe at all times.
Who cares?
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bit of a situation. There is no need to panic. We are about to switch off the lights. Please maintain complete silence. Complete silence, and don't try to go anywhere.
Oh my God! Oh my God! We're sitting here and doing nothing. Come on, let's get out of here. Come on!
What the hotel is doing about this? Can't we call 911? Is the 911 here? Oh God, I can't remember. What's the emergency number here?
I don't remember either. I think it's under. Let me call them.
Let me check.
Hello? Oh my God, it's busy. How can it be busy? Where are you going?
I have to help these people. Oh God, these people are bleeding to death. Oh God, doctor.
What are you doing?
Is there a doctor in here? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, these people. Oh no.
That I lived to see that day. My favorite hotel in flames. Mumbai attacked. And I stopped wearing saris. Unthinkable. But I could not bring myself to wear a sari for a long, long time. Each time I tried to wear a sari, all I could think of was that blood-soaked fabric and the sickening smell of human flesh and blood, and relive the terror. I did not wear a sari for a long, long time. But I'm glad that my sari played such an important role. Had I not tripped and fallen, and had Naveen not bent down to help me, that day, we would have surely died. I could not bring myself to wear a sari. And then, there was a wedding in the family. My only daughter's wedding. How could I not shop for saris? How could I not wear saris for all those events? Oh. And then where is that one? That's my very special. Yes, this one. This is what I call my Kismat Kahani sari. This was at that time when it was Bombay. Yes, Bombay, not Mumbai. And when those days in my life when bunking college was the most exciting thing to do. And that time of history in Bombay when anything that you did in town, meaning Churchgate and Fort area, was very exciting for a girl like me from the northern suburbs.
Hey, Jack.
Jerry, you are here? I thought you were in Dadar.
How can I be another? I'm here.
Shut up. Why are you in your taking class? To line around girls or what?
Girls, in engineering? Smoking charas or what, huh? Mr. Simonji?
Shut up. It's Nursi Monji College.
Come on, let's go.
Where?
To town.
Yes, but why?
Watch a film.
Where?
Regal?
Why Regal? Why not Ross?
Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just an English film, right?
I know why Regal. You want to go to Elfie to meet Anju.
Not meet Anju. To go pick her up. She's coming with us.
Clever with words, Anju. But if you and Anju are going, then why do you need me? Why? We both love birds, go.
You know why. She can't come with me otherwise.
Of course, I knew that.
So can we go?
No, wait. I have to attend the next lecture. It's very important. Statistical analysis.
If if I can bunk my engineering, you can skip your silly commerce stuff.
Hey, it's not silly. And you, my love, I'm not.
Please. Yes!
But Ajay, wait. What if they ask us for ID?
They won't.
Oh, I missed it. No, I don't. How do you know they won't? God, this is so beautiful. Ajay, look at this. Oh, I think it's real stone. It's Gothic.
Gothic, Shothic, come on, let's go find Anju.
I had no idea Princeton College was this old. Ah, past principles. 1845. 1862. Ah! 1874. Oh my god. Oh my god, William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth was principal here. Can you imagine? He walked through these very doors that we just walked through. Climbed up these very stairs. Imagine. Imagine composing daffodils here. Like, wandered as lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering in
Have you ever seen daffodils in Bombay? No, Wordsworth couldn't have composed it here, and besides, he died in 1850. Now come on, silly, let's go find Anju.
What did Liszt say?
Liszt, just come on. Anju. Anju. Hey.
What are you doing here?
To go see a film. Come on, we're gonna be late.
Oh, not today. I have that work.
But what the heck, you promised?
Yes, but not today. Some other day. Please. Sorry.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks, Thanks, Anju. Thanks.
What did I do, Venki?
Thanks for getting into trouble.
Hey, say hi to Ajay and Jack first.
Hi.
Sorry, Ajay. Venki. Thanks, Thanks.
Stop being so dramatic, you idiot, and tell me what happened.
Roll call. The professor called out your name. So I said, yeah, present, sir. But he'd seen you leave. Now, why did I not see him seeing you leave? I went a proxy for you.
So who told you to do that, you idiot?
Laugh, okay. Friends, Who needs these guys? I'm off. I'm going to get extra tutorials now. Thanks to you.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Vicky.
Hi, Girish.
Hey, Jack. I didn't see you in the lecture. How could you skip stats class? It was such an important lecture.
Never mind stats. I had gone to town with Ajay, then went to Elfie to pick up Anju and then go to film.
You went all the way to Elphinstone College without me? Why didn't you tell me? I have a friend who goes there.
Never mind, you wouldn't have bunked stats. But listen now, so there was this guy that I met there who proxied for Anju. But the professor had seen her leave, and then he got into trouble for trying to proxy for Anju. It was hilarious.
That sounds just like my friend. What was that character's name?
What did she say it was? Naveen's funny.
Oh, Fish! That's my friend! Imagine meeting him like that. I should have been there.
He was so mad at Anju, it was so funny though.
I'm actually seeing him tomorrow at Karjan Khan. You should come. We'll pull his leg some more.
Perfect. It'll be so much fun. I will be there.
Sounds good. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, alright, bye.
Jabu, where do you think you're going?
To meet some friends.
Dressed like that?
What's wrong with this? It's in fashion.
Oh, come on, Jabu. Wearing such itsy-bitsy fabric of clothing is not called dressing, it's undressing.
Really, Mom? Ladies are in fashion. You don't need so good fashion.
Fashion is for film star, child. People from good homes dress decently. It's high time you started wearing a sari. Soon you will be getting married.
Precisely. Once I get married, I'll be wearing size all the time. At least let me wear what I want now.
Come on, Jabu. Be sensible. What will the neighbors say when you go out dressed like this?
I don't care. You shouldn't either.
Jabu, I wish you cared. When you go out dressed like this, it reflects on me. Then people will say I don't know how to raise my daughter properly. And then your grandmother will start her with her lectures, and then she will complain to your dad, and then he...
Okay, Ma. Calm down. Cheer up. I will wear a sari, okay?
Okay.
But tell me, which one?
How about this one?
Maroon. Too fancy. Okay, fine. I will wear it. For you, I will wear it, okay? Alright, I'll be back. Sorry. What do I look?
Oh, but Chai, how you look so lovely.
Okay, Ma, bye.
Good.
Hi, Girish. I'm not late.
Late? You're unfashionably early. My, sari and everything. Who are you trying to impress, huh?
Where's your friend?
Hey! I'm good. I would like to introduce you to my friend, Naveen Savani. Hi.
And that is how I met my husband for the very first time. Yes, it was the first time. Girish kept laughing, not realizing that we'd never met before. But when he asked me what the name was, strangely enough, I don't know why it popped in my head, Naveen Savani. And those were the times when I never forgot names or faces. But for some reason, I call it my kismet. We were meant to meet and marry. After a few years, I even asked my husband, said, why did you not say something to clear the confusion? And he smiled and gently said, my dear, do you think I'm stupid to tell a beautiful girl that I don't know her? And then I was so mesmerized with that vision in red that I couldn't even remember my own name at that time. Red. My maroon sari, not red. But, you know, men and the colors. A little faded, I guess, like me.
I forgot to mention before the play, and I'm kind of glad I did because it's kind of nice to be able to say it now. If you're not familiar with what saris are, 6 yards of crisp cotton or shimmering silk infused in shades to match every mood, every moment, every journey of an Indian woman. Saris are mostly worn by women in India and of Indian origin in the diaspora. So, very cool. Another round of applause. And we'll hear from a couple more dignified speakers, special guests of ours tonight, and I would really ask you to welcome Annie in to the podium. She's a Mississauga folklore.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Suzanne, for the invitation. And thank you for the wonderful performance and before the speakers. And thank you for coming to celebrate the book launch. And for this launch, I also wrote a new poem for that, especially for this launch. So now I'm ready. So the title is The Launch. The Launch. We meet at the book launch, where open channel. Sorry? Oh, sorry. The launch. We meet at the book launch, where open channels build. Cultural bridges are created. Stories trapped in the thaw of time. Writers are the vessels to carry them through, not lost in broken waves or forgotten in the wind. our past is illuminated, chasing ancestors, migrant settings, the beginning of a world, the myth of life, circling in and out like a winged spirals. What is past? Past or passing or to come? We call upon words and let the truth set in, leading to the great past. Thank you. So as we all know, in Mississauga we have so many newcomers, and each one we bring different culture and different accents. So I wrote a poem about my accent. So the title is My Accent. It is charming, I assure you, I assure myself, and choose to believe so. Languages have colors. I want to show you my tint blue, but you cut off with fork and a knife, quicker than my chopstick taps. My accent grows trees, trails, and winding roads towards the west coast landscape. It points to the open sky, yet clouds are too heavy and form raindrops. My papers collect them, then dry in silence. I have hesitated many times before speaking. Now it develops teeth. Even with gaps between, I decide this is my voice. Thank you. I always use this poem to teach at schools because I want to encourage students to not be afraid to be yourself and love yourself. So, and also, I also write some poems about cultural difference. For some people, cultural difference is challenging, but sometimes it's a beauty there. So I wrote a poem to tribute to two poets. One is England poet, one is a great Chinese ancient poet. So I will read the poem to you. The title is After Reading Ted Hughes' Full Moon and Little Freedom. I fall in love with you, moon, seeing you step back like a timid artist. Listening to the night, you come out, a pale lifted. Moon, they're gone. They left you watching over the river. How many years since, and you watched the small village becoming a floating island. Among rows of windows, the night flows, and I'm wide awake. How much I want to imitate Li Po, dancing with his white sleeves, a humming from his burning heart, night after night, inviting you for a drink. The wine never drank, yet he drowned in the silver river. Moon, lift your bucket, come out once more. I won't make a sound. Thank you. So this poem I wrote it because I feel the nature beauty always there. And the great poets capture the beauty. Even they're gone, they leave the beauty for us. And I'm so glad this poem saved a lady's life. And when I was invited to Vancouver to read poems, people told me and they saved her life. So I'm so glad. So now I want to read a poem and for our city, especially for our city. As a poet laureate, my job is also write poems for our city. And if you go to the city's website, you can see I have wrote several poems for our city. For example, Canada Day, I wrote Hello Canada. And for Mayor New Year's party, I wrote a New Year poem. And I wrote also poems for sports because Mississauga hosts the Ontario Summer Games. So I wrote all these kind of poems. And this poem I want to share you is also for our city. The title is called Life Jars. Life Jars. When I was a child, I was told silence is like light, having colors and faces, walking through the country in the dark. I used to feel a glass jar with fireflies. It became my green, starry compass. When I inhaled the silence, I could hear quiet voices from living creatures, each making music of its own life. Now grown up, every day's busy journey in this hectic city, I thought our life jars must be full of mundane trifles and noises. Yet, wandering into the raving in this urban landscape, I can find the silence, and silence, where it opens a door like sun rays breaking through. Riding along the lake shore, I see sunset's serene reflection on the lake, the port-credit lighthouse topping its splendor. A baby swan takes off. I inhale the silence. So now, you can see in Mississauga we have so many places. It's very beautiful and peaceful. And so that's why I also create a poetry project for our city. So I encourage everyone to write poems, short poems about our city. And the project, I call it haiku and haiku walking tour and post-script poetry. Yeah, so it's like usually I gave a very short instruction to teach you how to write haiku. Then we take a walk and we write about the nature and about our city. So now I want to share two haiku as an example. And so first one is, out of a cocoon, I adjust to myself in a new language. So 3 lines, very short poem. And the second one, winter stars, finding a sweet pledge from my poems to you. So I encourage everyone, come to me to talk about this project, and we can share poetry together. Later on, we try to build the online poetry map for Mississauga. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a couple more speakers, and then we have one last play, and then we'll draw some prizes for those of you who entered in the registration. We get a ton of support from the Mississauga Library, especially the Central Library, giving us space every month for us to have our meetings and encouraging us and helping us with whatever we can, or whatever they can. So to say a few words for us, I would like to welcome up here Mary Katana from the Central Library.
I am Mary Katana, it's true. I am the manager of the Arts and History Department here at the library and have spent probably 25 years working in the arts and history and got to know so many people. So tonight I'm here to say welcome on behalf of our library director, Rose Vespa, called away this afternoon all of a sudden. And so I get to say a few words. And I really want to say the library has lots of good books and databases. Of course we do. But you know, my career in the library, the 25 years I've been at Central Library, I have found that the library is not just about books. The library is about people. I'm a public librarian, and I have lived working with people and helping people connect to people, helping people share stories. So this has been the story of the Mississauga Writers Group. A few years ago, the library hosted a book fair. We invited local authors. What a great idea. A couple of keen local authors connected, I suspect they're in this room, and decided, hey, let's get together and talk. Well, they did. This is how the Mississauga Writers Group was born. It was a tiny spark at a library event. The first year, they talked to me. The first year, I said, sure, if there's a table, sit at the table, the three of you. The first year, they met at a library table on my floor. And then there was not enough room. The second year, they talked to me. They met in an open library space with more chairs. And then there was not enough room. The third year, they talked to me. They met in a program room with lots of chairs. And almost there's not enough room. More writers are coming every month. And we're here today for this celebration because of this group. What I love about this group is that they nurture others. They nurture the craft and they nurture the human spirit. So I say from the library, from me, congratulations, Mississauga Writers Group. More power to you.
Okay, we're down to our last speaker tonight, and a very special friend of our group. It's the Friends of the Library, and Michael Jones, who's their president, will be speaking to us. And they have been extremely supportive and helpful to our group, and very specifically to this event, helping us with logistics and organizing and giving us advice, and even helping us with costs associated with it. So please give a very warm welcome to our good friend from the Friends of the Library.
Thanks very much. I'm very happy to be here tonight to an event that the Friends are very, very happy to sponsor. If you don't know anything about the Friends of the Library is a volunteer organization which promotes and supports library service, literacy, and library education opportunities in the city of Mississauga. We've been doing it for many, many years. This is a really great fit for our commitment to literacy within the community, and once again, if you want to check us out, please check out the website, FO Mississauga. Membership is $10 a year, and all the money goes to support library services, literacy, and library education opportunities in Mississauga. So thank you. So much for the commercial. I was asked to say a few words about digital text and print, and where does print have a place in the world of digital information? And it was interesting because it kind of straddles the two careers that I've had. I had my first 10 years of working life, I was a public librarian, 7 years working at this library, well, not this exact library, but for this system. And for the last 21 years, I've worked as a legal publisher, publishing law books. And in both, and as a legal publisher, we've thought about, what is the future of print in a digital world? How is it going to change the way people get information? And looking at the library, obviously, what is the future of a big building with a lot of shelves and a lot of print books? And just a couple of thoughts that occurred to me. One of the great things about print are children's books, children's picture books. Lovely, wonderful sizes, colors, pictures, all the rest of it, a real shared experience that we'd have with children. So I don't think digital is going to replace that, at least not very soon. Another thing just generally about information is that there are certain things that you can do with print that I don't think you can really replicate digitally. The experience of standing in front of a shelf of books and just kind of looking across and seeing, oh, that looks interesting, that looks interesting. Open it up, flip, flip, flip. That looks interesting, I'll take that. Not so much. If you do this, checking to the back to see how the story ends. I used to do that occasionally for stories. Just to see, do I really want to go all the way through the story to get to an end that I was disappointed in? But, and just serendipity of going through and flipping through a book and finding things that you can't really replicate that digitally. So I think that, and also there's a selfish reason for this. I think print has a future. Our major fundraiser is selling used books. So we want to have a lot more used books in the future. So anyway, so I thank you very much for the opportunity to speak, and enjoy the rest of the program.
We do have a donation box at our registration table. If you would like to make a small donation to the Friends of the Library, that would be deeply appreciated. You can use it from the change you got when you bought your anthology, which if you haven't done yet, you'd be crazy not to. So we're going to go, if that's not a plug. Okay, so we are going to come to one of our big final presentation today. And I will start it by saying my name is John, and I'm an authorholic. We have a play for you that is called an AA play, and it's a wonderful production that was written by Kyle and Jasmine from our group that kind of really creatively and humorously highlights the twisted world that some of us writers live in. So if you would give us a warm welcome.
So, as an introduction, this is a short comedy play, as John indicated. I just wanted to say real quick that I could not be more proud of the cast that have volunteered their time for several meetings and rehearsals, who, in between their busy lives, still memorize the lines. Alliteration was unintended. And I think they're all assembled, so thank you all for coming, and we'll begin. Hello!
Is this the AA meeting? Is there any available seating?
Every seat is available, yes.
Is this AA?
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Is this the location of?
Yeah, it's here.
Great. That's great news. Okay, I found the place. Gotta go. Thanks, Charlene, and good luck on your new movie.
Excuse me, this is no place for cell phones.
I just hung up.
You couldn't have finished your call outside? You just had to let us know about your movie star friend?
All right, settle down. Okay, all right. Welcome to our first meeting of Authors Anonymous. Pardon me, the sign is broken. As you might know, I'm Dr. Bloom. Since this is our first meeting, why don't we introduce ourselves to the group? Who would like to go first?
Hi, my name is Casey. Well, I'm a writer. Well, I'm a published writer.
Now, Casey, there's no shame in that. But what do you think is holding you back?
Well, I have trouble coming up with ideas.
May I ask, did you not consider that a sign that maybe writing is not your talent? Positive environment!
Go on, Casey.
Well, I come up with great ideas, but I forget them before I can even write them down.
That's awful.
I know. I'd be sleeping and I'd be having an amazing dream. But within 5 minutes after I wake up, I forget everything.
The struggle is real, Casey. There have been many writers in your position. And you know what? What? Right now, you're surrounded by friends who want you to succeed. Okay, thank you, Casey. Please sit down. All right, who would like to go next? Go on.
Hi, my name is Franca, and I'm a writer with a broken heart.
Tell us more.
I'm working my third novel. It's a third in the trilogy. And I'm in love with this wonderful, gorgeous man named Jason Hogarth. He's a poet and a musician. And there are problems.
What sort of problems?
When I first met him, he was young and stupid, with a pocket full of dreams. And he was so sweet and daring. Oh. But now he is in danger, all because of problems he doesn't deserve. He's afraid he might die, and he's been begging me to save him. I just can't write anymore. Whenever I think about him,
Franca, have you talked to the police?
Police officer? Why would I do that?
Well, if he's in such danger.
Dr. Blue, Jason Hogarth is my main character.
Come again?
I'm writing a story about a young man named Jason Hogarth and his tragic journey through the music industry. And the more I write about him, the more I fall in love with him. He's completely seduced me. Oh, excuse me, but what? He seduced you? Well, yes, he has. I mean, the characters we write about are not just cardboard cutouts, you know. They're real people, and they don't want to die any more than we do. He tells me he has so much to live for, so let him live longer and longer. And eventually he became a main character instead of Zoe Hill. Zoe married off to a millionaire who owns a house in Florida. Oh. Well, I'm sure she appreciated that. Well, she did. And Jason's a better main protagonist character anyway. I love spending time with him. But then he has to die. My trilogy is supposed to be a tragedy. I keep telling him that. He keeps begging for a happy ending. I don't know what to do anymore, Dr. Blue.
Franca, killing characters is something that every writer has to live with, and their deaths mean so much to the readers. Think of all the great characters that have remained with us. Why else would we remember them? Think of the tragic characters in Anna Karenina, or The Sound and the Fury, or...
Wait, I haven't read those books as yet.
Oh, please! So any conversation about great literature has to grind to a screeching halt simply because one of us has decided to waste his life watching television?
Hey, I read lots of books, okay?
Oh, lots of books, you say? What are these classics that you prefer to read instead of the great William Faulkner? Twilight? The Captain Underpants series? Or was it The Day My Butt Went Psycho?
Hey! The Captain Underpants series was the best series of my childhood.
So says the man without one creative thought in his head.
Why, you...
Everyone stop this madness! Throwing temper tantrums and abusing each other? What are you, actors? Now where were we?
My name is Hector, and I'm an award-winning author.
Really? Congratulations. Which awards did you win?
I won the Silver Thimble Award for my fourth book in the year of 1999, and I was closely considered for the prestigious role of Poet Laureate.
Ooh. Why are you doing that? He didn't actually become the Poet Laureate, he just said so.
What did I say about positive environment? Anyway, what brings you here?
Well, it's a long story. My father and mother knew I was destined to be a writer when they saw that I had successfully implemented the word regardless into a Mother's Day card. I was only 4 years old. I read Huckleberry Finn when I was 10 and only needed to ask my parents the meaning of one word. And only that because I was called racist for having used it in the schoolyard as a nickname for my friend Jim. As the years went by, my essays were lauded by my instructors, and they promptly gave me bigger, more complex books to read. I've read all the classics. Ever since I've been writing, my colleagues have praised my work. But my readers fail to recognize that work for what it is. Pure genius. They say my words bog them down, like Anne of Green Gables' horse cart on a muddy road in a PEI summer.
So, basically you use 10 paragraphs when all you really need is one sentence.
Well, if you won't be so simplistic about it.
Simplistic. Of all the great books you've read, have you ever considered anyone?
Here we go again. Hemingway. The man who thought telling his story was leaving half of it off of the page.
But Hector, that was his style of writing. Hemingway wanted to imply things rather than explain everything.
Oh, but if you don't explain everything, how's the reader supposed to understand? William Faulkner made sure we knew that Benji Compson was simple-minded, and Quentin Compson was neurotic. He got inside their heads.
Yeah, by writing sentences that don't make sense and calling it art.
How dare you!
Okay, let's shelve that problem for now. Sit down, Hector. Thank you for sharing. Is there anyone else who would like to go next?
My name is Madeline. I'd like to go next if you don't mind.
Welcome, Madeline. And what brings you here today?
Well, I would like to write prose, but all my sentences rhyme, I suppose.
Casey, please, you had your turn. Let Madeline speak for herself. What do you mean by you suppose?
Well, every time I write, they rhyme.
Really? That's intriguing.
I thought, every book I make, I thought writing would be a piece of cake.
What is so funny? You were saying?
I just don't want to be silly. I want to be a real writer like my friend Joey.
Well, when did you notice this rhyming compulsion?
Not as long as you, apparently.
Who said that?
Schooler!
Well, why don't you go next? Thank you,
All right. Well, I'm Robin, and I've been writing for several years, but I don't get much credit for my work.
Why is that?
Well, that's the problem. Basically, I know you. You're Robin Stern.
Oh, joy of joys! We have a real charlatan in our midst.
Excuse me, what is going on?
She's not a real author, she's just a screenwriter.
Oh,
really, Sherwood? Is this how?
That must be, because you're trying to dress up as a real writer. That's cute. Why don't you go tell that to Joseph Pulitzer?
You're just jealous because I actually get paid to be a writer.
Let's take this outside.
Enough! All of you sit down! This is our happy place! Is there anyone left?
Me?
Go on.
Well, my name is Suresh, and I think I might have the opposite of Casey's problem.
You have too many ideas?
Yes, all the time, but I can't use any of them.
Why not?
Because someone else has used them.
Are you sure you're not just remembering a book you have already read but forgot about?
I don't even remember the names of those books.
Okay, well, we'll try that right now. What's an idea you've come up with recently?
Well, how about a story of a child who's having a snowball fight with his friend, and then his friend throws a snowball that hits a pregnant woman in the back of her head, and causing her to give birth to a child prematurely.
Wow, that's intense.
And so is the story, essentially, of the boy's guilt.
You just described the opening of Fifth Business by Robertson Davies.
Really?
Yeah, that's a great book.
It's a fine recommendation of classic literature from someone who gives Sylvester Stallone more words to mispronounce.
All right, Mr. Irony Tower, you think you gotta say what real writing talent is?
I'm certainly the most well-read of everyone here, thank you very much.
Oh, really? Have you read the Mahabharata?
What's that?
Oh, of literature would want to read about the longest poem ever written. A work which is as old as the Odyssey, as famous as the Odyssey, and humanity's greatest writing achievement. You haven't even heard of it. Ooh. It's the greatest Sanskrit epic of all time.
Can't be that important. Besides, who uses Sanskrit anymore anyway? What's so funny?
I think you have a European background?
Yes, I do. I was born in Germany.
Ah, so you speak German.
Yes, I do. What of it?
Any scholar of linguistics will tell you that German, like other foreign languages, has descended from an ancient source called Indo-European family, which included Greek, Latin, and Sanskrit.
What?
It's true. So you might wind the people to not reading the great books, but the truth is, Hector, you are no better than any of us.
Oh, snap! This is outrageous! Is this what we were promised when we came here?
Okay, I'm gonna try and fix all these problems in one go. Madeline, just write prose. Who cares if it rhymes? Poetry doesn't always rhyme, but it's still poetry, so who cares? Hector, go read something by Mirza Ghalib. Robin, screenwriting is a perfectly acceptable art form just as long as you don't write for Michael Bay. Suresh, all stories are alike. Just change 10 things and nobody can sue you. Jason, put a notebook and a pencil next to your bed. And Franca, Jason Hogarth is a fictional character. Don't be scared. Just let go. Just say goodbye.
But I just want to say hello.
Think about it. Just go do what every great writer does when they need to recharge.
What's that?
Go to the bar and get drunk. This meeting is over. Hello? Hello? Jane, it's me. I think I got enough material for our story. He's right. Yeah, okay. So we'll meet up at Starbucks and we'll write the script then? No. I don't think they'll notice the similarities at all. It's like they say. All stories are alike, right? Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, by the by, I don't think this will make a good movie. Maybe some other medium?
She was the co-writer.
And what would an anthology release be without a bit of reading from the anthology? So it's my honor and great pleasure to introduce one of our members who is going to read her contribution, or part of her contribution to the anthology. This is Jane Freed.
I wrote this right after a meeting. I went home in London that very same night. Elizabeth, our leader. Voluntary help for a writers group is a dedicated task. I call it a task because it has many more aspects than just showing up. Elizabeth comes with a huge collection of materials and ideas to share at each meeting. She also stays afterwards to share the same information with the general public in the open space which we call the atrium. And that is not the only time which we hear from her. Elizabeth is constantly on email with the committee members, whom she attracted to perform some of the many duties for our group. We have short-term and long-term goals with diverse steps along the way. Elizabeth directs these committees with encouragement and prompting so that goals may be achieved. From a population of writers who would normally be struggling alone, a group emerged. First, it was 1 or 2 writers in a small room. Then the group grew and the space into a space provided by the library. Most of the writers were on the path leading to publication. Elizabeth chose to put her work in print with an anthology, followed by a second anthology and a third anthology, which is being launched today. When I first came to the group, the range of talent, the diverse age and background of the writers impressed me profoundly. I slowly warmed up to their youth. They were not sure how to respond to my age group and stuffy attitudes. I introduced myself at the first meeting. Everyone knew. Every month also spoke briefly about hopes and aspirations. Elizabeth was sure to collect and contact information so we could keep everyone abreast with ongoing developments. In this way, we could talk to each other at all times between our monthly meetings. I am taking this anthology and the anthology from last year and the anthology from the year before and 2 other anthologies, the first and second anthology for Writers and Editors Network, to Queen's Park, to the Minister of Education, who has recently said that more books and writing has to go into the schools so the students see more local authors. And that is what's going to happen Thursday. I hope to see someone in the ministry office, if not Liz Sandals in person. So that is my story and what happened as a result of it. Thank you.
Okay, we're just about done. I'll explain the hockey sweater in a second. But it is now time for our door prizes. So if you entered our raffle, you may have won $1 million. No, not yet. Our first prize of, you know you're getting old and you're a writer when you do this, right? Our first prize is a Chapters gift card valued at $20, which was donated by My Words Press. Our winner is Florence Dwayne.
She just left.
Oh, she just left? Oh. Oh, too bad. We'll get a hold of Florence. Our second is a certificate to attend the Writer's Workshop, which was also donated by My Words Press, has a value of $40, and that goes to Ken Gibson. Ken?
Just left the house.
Just left the house, all right. Over 2. Number 3, a certificate to attend the Writer's Workshop, another one, sorry, and that's Amia Warsi.
That could be my new name. You gotta be here.
This is kind of anticlimactic, but we'll try again.
Is that a woman? Oh, sorry about that. That's not my name.
Now this is the one you really want to win. A copy of our full set of anthologies, 1 through 3.
Oh.
James, who's James with Games. James with Games?
What? You gotta be in the room.
Are these real names?
Shall we take a group poll that you gotta be in the room to win?
What's that?
Shall we take a group poll that you gotta be in the room to win?
I don't think next year that's something to do. You gotta stick around to the end. Okay, and we also have a nylon tote bag donated by Beside You Canada, which has a value of $145.
Ooh.
And if you're not here, wow. Jessica Newton.
Yes!
Congratulations, Jessica. Jessica is Kyle's fiance.
That was rigged. Congratulations. That was rigged.
Now you have back to stuff the body when you Okay, what am I doing next? Okay, we are, okay, so we're basically done, almost. We're gonna go out with a bang. So I will offer some closing remarks. Thank you so much for attending tonight. This is our first time doing this. We all feel it's been an amazing success, and you're a part of that success, so give yourselves a round of applause. We'll do this next year and the year after and the year after. And when it becomes such a major event that you need an invite only, and you were the first ones here, so you will be back, then you can say, I told you so to all your friends tonight. And we'll bring you when we go to the Oprah show as well. So again, a very warm and less sarcastic and funny thank you. We really do appreciate your support. We have an amazing group that continues to grow, and you know, I'm going to definitely call out, well, I'm not going to call anybody specific out, this was a group effort, but definitely Elizabeth and Susan put an enormous amount of effort into making this evening possible. Elizabeth, you're finally here. Stand up. Elizabeth is our fearless leader and the founder of our group. So, hold on 1 second, I'm almost done. Okay, so next year we are going to be doing 2 anthologies. Right. Okay, so the first one, well no, it'll be the second one. The second one will kind of do what we did this year, and we haven't really picked a theme for it yet, but it'll be a compilation of writings from members of the group. The first one that we are going to be releasing is going to celebrate the 150th birthday of Canada. So we're all looking very forward. We're all looking very forward to sharing our stories on how we got here, and even some of us who were born and raised here will certainly come up with some very clever writing to share with you. So again, thank you very much for coming. And as a sneak preview to our anthology next year, we are going to have a little bit of reading that will be put into that anthology. And if you haven't picked up our anthology, please bring it, grab it on the way out. We have till about 9 o'clock if you want to linger and buy some more of the books. There's meet some of the authors that are out there, finish up any food if it's left. And we will go out with a bang and invite Michelle up to do a reading from our anthology.
It's not on.
It's not on.
Is that better?
Yes.
That's perfect.
Thank you. So I had an interesting moment tonight. If you guys have not had a chance to meet Stephen, who's a fellow poet out in the hall, you might want to stop by his table. He asked me for a word that's on the tip of my tongue, and it's been on the tip of my tongue for a while. And it was introvert. Maybe many writers know this. He drew it for me, wrote me a little poem. I'm very introverted. And in fact, the fact that I'm introverted is the reason why I went to the Mississauga Writers Group to begin with, to kind of break out of my shell. And at the Mississauga Writers Group, I heard about the Random Acts of Poetry, which happens every month. So I dusted off some of my poems, stood in front of a room full of strangers, and very nervously read them. And I liked it so much. And even though my focus is writing novels, I decided to write some more poetry. And I came back and read it. I submitted to a call online, and the next thing I knew, one of my poems was being read on the radio across the ocean in England. And when I told the group about it, They invited me to read it in the group, and the response was wonderful. And that all started by little introverted me opening a door to a room full of welcoming, wonderful writers, incredibly supportive, and they helped introverted me get a voice and believe in it. So I'm going to read that poem, and it's called Look at Me. The day has a rhythm. Eyes open to good morning sunshine and fall heavy to have a good sleep. I love you. Punctuates hellos, goodbyes, keeps the time of our lives, keeps us in line. Look at me. How many times do we have to repeat until it becomes a habit, becomes woven in the very fabric of who we are? Repetition, or extension, across the fourth dimension. That is time. Look at me. 3 words leave my lips, but they echo. A rhythm I feel slips out of me and stretches into the past. A pattern comes into focus fast and fear builds. Look at me. My son screams. They're so loud, the ever-present crowd of seasoned nannies stop and stare while my cheeks glare red. I fled the playground, his shouts echoing across the green fields. The check marks on the computer screen add up. I'm not a victim of Dr. Google, a professional with no better, don't you think, than these learning instincts. Look at me, perched on the crinkling white sheets as the doctor writes what I say and my son repeats in his echolio ways. I describe who he is, every quirk, now a smirk on his development. I want to shout, he's good too, he's kind, he loves music, he reads and writes, I point out, as if to tip the scales. Because everything that makes him who he is somehow makes him wrong. Look at me. Why can't he? Is it because it's officially ASD? Look at me. Please look at me. Look at me when I'm talking to you. His head slants away because he can't look me in the eye. It's too much for him to endure. Why do I want this so bad? For this, we need a cure. To make him fit into our world, into our molds, it makes him nothing that is he, and everything that is we. Look at him. We are surrounded by diversity, colors of the flowers, varieties of fish in the sea, and we celebrate the differences in our hair, our eyes, our skin, but not our differences within. Look at him. We draw a line that defines humanity and punish those that live outside it, like there's only one way to be. Build a world for the typical and label those who don't fit in as difficult. Look at him. Don't make him look at you. He stims to make it through the day, and it's odd, you say, while sipping on your caffeinated drug of choice that helps you do the same. His day has a rhythm too, and just because it's not in tune with you doesn't mean it's not a song. Look at him. I do now. See him for who he is and not strangled by hopes for a normality that he will never achieve. It's not just overrated. The entire concept of normal is outdated. It's time we took away the lines and redefined disability. Look at him, different and loving. Look at him, different and kind. Look at him, different and still strong, different but not wrong. Thank you.
Thanks again for attending, everybody. We look forward to seeing you outside and talking for a bit. Thanks again.